Connecticut's #1 local news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Wendell. It is January 5th, and we start with breaking news. We got to get first now to Middletown. Route 66 is closed there between High Street and Pearl Street due to a crash. You're taking a look live now. We have confirmed a car struck a person there. You can see crews are still on the scene. This was reported just before 6:30 this morning. Details are limited this time, but again, we know the road is closed and one person has been struck by a car. We're going to be on this story and we'll continue to update you as soon as we learn more. Scott, let's talk about the forecast because some slick roads out there now.
Slick roads, Wendell, this morning. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Unfortunately, we've got some problems out there. There are crashes, particularly in southwest Connecticut. The moisture seems to be winding down a little bit, but there's more expected throughout the day today. And while we've got these cold temperatures at the surface, we are dealing with freezing rain. That winter weather advisory in effect for a good portion of the state through noontime. And as you can see from our Channel 3 early warning dual pole radar, we've got freezing rain out there. It looks like it's plain rain, but it's freezing on contact in Meriden, Bethany, Naugatuck, Prospect, Cheshire, Wallingford, Middletown, Middlefield, Berlin. This is some icy conditions out there, folks. I got an email from Melissa Cole in West Hartford that she's got a sheet of ice over everything there. And you can see the moisture is pervading right on into northern Connecticut, so that's not so good. All right, Hartford, 31 degrees. We need to get that number up there. A little bit better than that. It is better in New Haven, 36 degrees. We're hoping just for plain rain. Not a whole lot of icy conditions in New Haven itself, but the further inland you go, the more trouble you're going to run into. Kent at 27, 33 in Stores, Bristol at 28, West Haven at 32 degrees. Very chilly out there this morning. Not quite as chilly as it was yesterday, that's for sure. We are up. Some places 20 degrees warmer than yesterday. Yesterday was a cold start. Today, we're in the mid to upper 20s and low 30s with the exception of Groton at an amazing 45 degrees this morning. Unbelievable, 45 degrees. Look at the temperature differential out there this morning. But don't get me wrong, it's still cold enough to support freezing rain. That's rain that comes through the atmosphere, lands on the surface, and freezes right up over the surfaces. The untreated surfaces get to very icy conditions, and it's not good. So the wind speeds out there, not too bad, right? So we don't have too much to deal with in the terms of wind chill. Some slick spots this morning. Be careful driving around. Lots of distance between you and that car in front of you. Mixed to rain showers during the day today. And then we're tracking snow for Friday. Boy, winter's ramping up here, isn't it? All right, so there's that freezing rain icon at 8 o'clock this morning. You'll notice it in inland Connecticut, so freezing rain. And then the temperatures start moving up. You're going to need the umbrella from time to time during the day today, as we're expecting plain rain. But the freezing rain should come to an end by late this morning as the temperatures start moving up. More of the same for the immediate shoreline. We're going to be in the upper 40s there. So that's some good news. At least it's going to be a fairly mild day, one of the mildest of the next 7, as a matter of fact. All right, so let's forge ahead here. Satellite and radar confirms we have this very, very precarious situation with this precipitation rolling in. It's in the form of freezing rain and freezing drizzle. Not good this morning, and as you can see, it's streaming up from the south, so we're keeping an eye on it. All right, now let's forge ahead. Tomorrow looks like a good day, and then Thursday night into Friday, here comes some snow for Connecticut. Looks like a mainly snow event for Connecticut. Friday morning, the worst of it. This is 4 a.m. This is 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, just in time for the rush. And then it starts to wind down by early afternoon, and it's gone by Saturday. So that's some good news. But we could pick up anywhere from 3 to 6 inches of snow, especially in parts of southeast Connecticut. Daytime highs today in the mid-40s. Tomorrow looks good. Snow for Friday. Saturday and Sunday looking pretty good with moderating temperatures for Sunday with a chance for some rain showers. All right, 7:04. Wendell, we'll send it back to you.
Scott, thank you. Let's take a look at the coronavirus in Connecticut now. Our state's positivity rate is now at almost 24%. Connecticut Children's and Yale New Haven Health are both reporting a slight increase in the number of COVID tests coming back positive in our children. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Marcy Jones explains the situation more.
In December of 2020, Yale New Haven's pediatric unit had 22 kids admitted with COVID the entire month. That was the high until last month when they saw 46 kids, and already they're approaching 20 in just 4 days. At this time, it's not clear how many of the young patients are suffering from COVID complications rather than just testing positive for the virus. Doctors adding some of the cases are kids who are asymptomatic but are testing positive while going to the hospital for another reason. But many of the hospitalizations and calls are from concerned parents due to COVID itself.
Actually, we're seeing a lot of gastrointestinal symptoms in kids, so a couple days of diarrhea, vomiting. So more worried about dehydration in those kids, as well as respiratory symptoms in the kids that have more of the cough, congestion, some pneumonias.
Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
We're learning this morning Yale University is implementing new COVID-19 restrictions for students returning for the spring semester. According to the Yale Daily News, students will have a 2-week window to return to campus starting January 14th. Now, once they're back on campus, they cannot leave their dorms except for food or COVID test. Yale Daily News says students are now being asked not to visit any New Haven businesses or even eat outdoors at local restaurants. It is a campus-wide quarantine for their safety. We want to know what you think about it. Do you think Yale's new restrictions are a bit too far? You can vote right now and weigh in. Just head to the website, WFSB.com. You can see right now 41% say yes, 59% say no. Thousands of COVID-19 tests are being handed out across the state today. Residents in Killingly, Montville, and West Haven will have a chance to get a free kit. But healthcare educators want to make sure that you're using this COVID home test correctly. So first, make sure the kit is lying on a hard, flat surface. Then you need to check for the blue indicator line. If you don't see the line, the test is likely bad. If you see the line, then you can use it. Grab the swab and insert it at least 3/4 of an inch in your nose, like you see here. Now circle the swab around each nostril for about 15 seconds.
There are 2 holes here. You're going to come into the bottom hole and up to the top hole where you put the liquid in. Once you're here, you're now going to take and turn this 3 times. If you don't turn the swab 3 times inside the liquid, you can get a negative reading. Right? If you don't swab your nose correctly, you can get a bad reading.
So now you know how to use it. If you're going to pick up a test today, keep in mind many towns do require ID as proof of residency. A statewide bus driver shortage is impacting students in New Haven today, school bus drivers, that is. Because of this, the high schools will have an early release today through Friday. They will dismiss between 1 p.m. and 1:30 as more bus drivers are calling out sick due to COVID-19. The governor's office says all these days and hours must be made up. New overnight, Hartford police need your help finding this missing woman who police say has Alzheimer's. They issued a silver alert for Minerva Vargas. She was last seen around Willis Street and was reported missing yesterday. Police say Minerva is around 5'2" and she was wearing a coat with fur around the hood and also wearing white jeans and Reebok sneakers. Also new overnight, crews in Plainville were called to the AMC movie theater on New Britain Avenue last night for reports of a fire. The call came in just after 11 o'clock. You can see crews in a cherry picker investigating near the roof of the building. No word on whether they found any damage inside. We thank you so much for tuning in to Eyewitness News. Remember, you can get news and weather updates anytime on the Channel 3 app, and be safe today. The roads are pretty slick out there. Have a great day.